Say good morning, East Hampton Village Mayor Rick Lawler and Deputy Mayor Barbara Borsak, going to get an update what's happening in East Hampton Village. Rick, how are you this morning?
Very good, thanks, and thanks again for having us.
Oh, quite welcome.
Beautiful day out there, isn't it?
It is. Barbara, how are you doing?
Good morning. Very well, thank you.
That's great. Well, let's see what's happening in the village.
We'll start with the numbers again. You know, they are still climbing, but a lot slower than they have been. The town has creeped up to 265 COVID patients. We're up to 37. Again, those numbers fluctuate because of what I've spoken about before. We're not getting an accurate accounting of who's recovered from the virus, so they may not be all that accurate, but it's important to report them so that the public knows exactly what's the trend, at least anyway. The positives are the hospital stays, the ICU stays, and people on ventilators are all going down. So those are positives and helping us to reach the metrics that we'll need in order to start reopening when the time comes. We've already, as a region now, Nassau and Suffolk have met 4 of those metrics. The ones that we haven't met are the decline in hospital deaths and new hospitalizations, but we are hopeful that we'll meet those soon. And in fact, as far as the new hospitalizations are concerned, if we take just Suffolk, we have met that metric. It's just that when we are taken together with Nassau, we're slightly above what we should be. So we're looking for that to come down to satisfactory levels soon. And then the last metric, which we will anticipate that we're going to meet soon, is the contact tracing. And of course, that's all about getting enough workers to do the actual tracing to bring those numbers up. And that is happening now, and people are being hired. And in fact, if somebody's looking for a job in the situation that they're in and they don't have a job, I would recommend that they apply to do contact tracing. And in order to do that, the easiest way is to just go on a website and Google contact tracing in Suffolk County, New York. Several pages will come up with contact information online that you can go online and apply for the job. And the good thing about that is I'm understanding you would be working from home, since it'll be phone contact only. So you'll be trained and given whatever materials you need, and then you'll be asked to do the job after that. So that is a good thing. And then, of course, after that, New York pause ends tomorrow, obviously, and then we're in the phase of New York Forward until about June 6th. And so we're already talking about how we can help businesses open up. And there's going to be 4 phases. I went over those the last time. The first phase being construction, manufacturing, and curbside pickup. And we're in the midst of talking to construction people now and what they can do to make their work sites safe. And believe me, I just want to stress, some people get very upset. And I know weeks ago when we were first talking about closing down some of these sites, and some of the building sites hadn't closed down completely, even if they were allowed to be open because they were considered essential. People were very upset that too many people working in close quarters and maybe could spread the disease. I can tell you that the construction people that I've spoken to are very cognizant of maintaining a safe working condition. And in fact, many of them are purchasing or leasing these portable hand sanitizing units to help their crews stay safe. And of course, they'll be social distance and wearing masks. You have to remember, they don't want the disease to spread amongst their crews, or they'll be right back in the same situation and not able to work. So that's the last thing they want to happen. So all the ones that I've spoken to were very cognizant about being safe. And Deputy Mayor Barbara Borsak has some more information about that and what we're doing to help other businesses open.
Right. Well, we're getting there slowly but surely, right, Barbara?
We are getting there, and it's nice to see little signs of hope out there for sure. I just want to remind everybody that the testing site in East Hampton opens tomorrow morning. If you have experienced fever, shortness of breath, a cough, if you are a frontline worker, an essential worker, and you've been out, you can call this number, 845-553-8030. That's 845-553-8030, and they will make an appointment for you to have the test. It's going to start tomorrow, and it will be Wednesdays and Fridays in East Hampton. So regardless of your immigration status or your insurance, you please make the call, and arrangements will be made for you. Also, I want to just touch on the contact tracing jobs, which the mayor mentioned, because if you go onto the East Hampton Town website, there is a coronavirus update scroll at the top of the website. If you click on that, it will take you to another page, and you'll find contract tracing job opportunities. So that's an opportunity for anybody who needs some income. As Rick said, you can do it from home. So that's an opportunity that someone might want to take advantage of. Go onto the East Hampton Town website and click through those pages and find the opportunity to do the contract tracing. And then as the mayor also mentioned, we are working with the businesses. We're talking about creating some areas along Main Street and Newtown Lane where cars can pull off for pickup, curbside pickup, because that's the first phase, is that people can do curbside pickup. So we're trying to work on those details to try to make things easier as businesses start to open up and try to get back to business, which is what we all want to see, right?
We do, and hopefully we're going to get there before too long. It's hard to believe. I think Memorial Day weekend is a week from this weekend,
yes.
Right, Rick?
It is.
Barbara?
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
And it's a bit concerning. We don't really know what's going to happen. I've spoken to some hotel people, and they're a little concerned that they haven't had the inquiries that they would for bookings, in the summertime that they would normally get this time of year. So we're not exactly sure how busy this weekend will be. And of course, we are preparing for whatever might come. I want to remind everybody that we're starting to enforce our summer parking regulations this weekend.
Yep.
So just be prepared for that. And as I've said before, we are not issuing any daily passes this year so far. I mean, that may change depending on the circumstances. So we're not doing that. We have sold out of our non-resident passes, so there'll be no more of those issued. And again, just getting back to the beaches, I have a staff meeting this afternoon with beach personnel to go over exactly what kind of precautions we're going to use there when the beaches do open. And hopefully after our meeting this afternoon, we'll have that firmed up a little bit better. But it will probably be things like where there are beaches with confined entrance. We might designate half of the path for obviously entering the beach and half for exiting the beach. And we will ask that people stay masked, obviously, while they're at the beach, and social distance, which will spread our beaches out. So if we have a situation where a beach is manned with lifeguards, of course, that'll be spread out a little bit more to accommodate the crowd, whatever people are there. And so I'm hoping that with all of these regulations and people staying consistent to the way they have been and want to help with managing this virus, that things will go smoothly. So I'm very encouraged by what we've seen so far.
And please bring your masks, even if you're going to the beach.
Exactly.
You're going to have a mask with you, because you just don't know when you're going to come in contact with someone else.
We've got to figure out if you wear those. We're talking to Jay, when he goes swimming or not.
Of course.
Have a mask on.
Well, that's a problem.
That's a question to be answered.
Well, in that case, you just social distance a little bit more.
It's easy to do. We got an ocean
right.
out there.
There's a lot of room
Absolutely.
on our beaches. We have lots of room.
And the advantage is the sun and the salt water have been shown to kill the virus. So that's a good thing there too. So anyway, we're
moving forward.
Yes, that's
moving
it.
Forward.
Exactly.
That's right. As we head toward June, we'll see what happens.
Yes.
So I guess we covered it all this morning,
Yes.
right?
Just about, yeah.
All right, great. Well, we always appreciate you coming down. East Hampton Village Mayor Rick Lawler and Deputy Mayor Barbara Borsak. Do have a nice weekend, and we'll see you next
Thank
Tuesday.
you.
And you too, Gary.
Take
Thanks
care.
again.
Yep. Thanks a lot.